Over to over to Dr. Samir Shah for further proceedings.
So, dear friends, it's really exciting for the all of the us faculty because this is one of the unique features of the our workshop that we are doing specifically targeting to the our doctor fraternity, how we can utilize the artificial intelligence in an effective way. At the same time, we want to give in a proper manner the discussion about the what the actual it is the artificial intelligence is and how it works. So it is starting from the basics about the artificial intelligence in the last two sessions. Now we are making it more a practical utilization of the U in a routine our day-to-day practice. At the same time, in the research field, when we want to utilize how we can utilize these things, what are the tools are available, what are the authenticated tool, what precaution what we have to take during this utilization, and that is our basic aim and objective of the our workshop, that you can we can able to handhold the you about the real use of the artificial intelligence in your practice. We having to now next 3 weeks to go in a very effectively way, not only just on the Friday and Saturday about the learning live on the Zoom platform, but at the same time whole week we are going to give some exercise that will be the help you out to do the regular base the utilization of the artificial intelligence, and that will help you, and it is also improvise your confidence about the use of this thing. Today my topic that what I want going to cover, I am just sharing my screen, and that is the artificial intelligence in research, publication and presentation. I think I all are able to see my screen, right?
No, I think I'll have to stop mine.
Yeah,
Just give
just
me a moment.
No, we can view Dr. Samir's screen.
Shiva sir, basically you are
Yeah,
sharing,
I
that's
just
why you
did.
are not able to see. Otherwise all other
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can
people will.
see artificial intelligence,
Okay,
research publication.
Okay, you
perfect.
can see. Okay, fine.
I am continue now.
Yeah.
So my target of the today's presentation is to give you about the overview of the how we can utilize the different artificial intelligence tool which is available totally online, and that will be help you out to improvise your effectively utilization of this artificial tool in research, publication and presentation. Because many of time we want to do this type of the research publication or we want to give a good presentation, but because of the lack of the knowledge or the lack of the confidence where to take it, it will be slightly difficult for us to utilize it in the effective way. So today I am just dividing my presentation in that way that this presentation will give you an the overview which are the tools are available and how you can apply it in a proper systematic way, what are the issues that you have to keep in mind when you are utilizing it, and at the same time we will take a practical approach about the how we can utilize it in the our day-to-day practice by the use of the it in our proper systematic way when we use it in a way. But I am not going to give you the proper practical examples of that in front, because the 45 minutes are very difficult for us to complete this session. So at presently I am giving a proper enrichment total made up of the things that will give you the idea about what tool you can utilize for this thing and how you can utilize it, and then we will take more things in our WhatsApp group discussion how we can really improvise and we can do a practical application of this presentation. So when we are discussing the artificial intelligence, our main what is the our main objective is that it will be to give us a good backup of that will give our presentation in a proper systematic way. When we are introduced by someone in a routinely, it will be definitely not give us a proper introductory part of the us, but at the same time if we go for some unique way of our presentation of our introduction, that will give us the some unique start. So this is the my introduction with the use of the artificial intelligence I had created, and that will give you the idea how the
Hello,
effective
dear
presentation
friends
can
and
be.
colleagues. Let's know about Dr. Samir Shah, a practicing pediatrician from Samir Hospital and Holistic Adolescent Health Center and Narhari Hospital Vadodara, and a dedicated grassroots worker and aspirant honorary secretary AOP Gujarat 2024 to 25. Hello, dear friends.
So this type of the presentation usually give us a good impact to start with our presentation, and this is the what we want. Okay, it should be some improvised thing it will be more structured way, and it will come some glorification of the presentation that will help you us. Before I start my presentation, this is a disclaimer that I am definitely not a technology expert like the Dr. Siva, Dr. Prakash Tiwari, but of course the technology savvy medical professionals. And this discussion is a combination of my experience and research aided by the artificial intelligence. All the presentation today I made is prepared with a combination of the artificial intelligence with my own human intelligence. This is only and only for the sharing the knowledge, not supporting any particular company or brand. There may be a difference of opinion in some recommendation as per the experience and expertise, and we will be happy if more addition in the point from the expert if time permits. So let's learn together how we can utilize this in effective way. So what is the academic writing and what we really require? So in my presentation, I will start with the introduction of the how and what the academic writings are. What are the different types of the academic writing available? What basic rule we have, it will apply when we are doing this. What is the role of the AI in utilization when we utilize for this research purpose or the writing a paper? What are the different tools are available? What precaution that we have to take? Then few slide about the impactful presentation by our artificial intelligence application, and finally summary and epilogues. So this is in short of my presentations will give you the overview of what are the things that you can utilize. When artificial intelligence come into the market, everybody are the skeptical, and that's why such scary videos are coming in the market. Let's see first this.
Looking to upskill for the future?
This new AI can perform all coding jobs in seconds, including blockchain development. While this AI is already outperforming accounting firms. Meanwhile, the new graphic design AI aims to automate graphic design and could minimize the need.
Relax. Because in a future where AI does most of the work, there'll be one thing that humans will finally get to do all day long. Nothing. So it's time to...
So what you think? Is it true that we really require for our own doctors also require this type of the things that we have to do nothing and we also have to remain relaxed? Dear friends, definitely not, and that is our main aim and objectives of our this workshop. So I ask one question to everyone. When the academic writing require, what are the different places where it require? If we check, it will be including into the PG thesis, PhD thesis, articles in journal, article in the newspaper, academic presentation and research, and presentation in conference. So now my question is what other things where we really require the academic writing, and I am giving a 20 seconds to you all to write into the chat box. See what are the different places other than this you really require academic writing. So 20 seconds start from now. You can write your answer into chat box. Other than what I had given it, just give these things. Yes, textbook chapter, website, yes, blogs, journals, yes. Any more? Let's start thought process. Social media, yes. Poetry, okay. Is it the academic writing? We are concentrating in the academic writing at presently. So our 20 seconds completes. So dear friends, we are able to write just only one or two about where the other place academic writing is required. And here the AI comes. If we ask the AI, okay, what are the other places where the academic writing is required and how it presents us in a proper systematic way. So it will in the university and college, it requires for the essay, research paper, dissertation and thesis writing. In research, journal and publication, conferences and symposia, educational websites, platforms, grant some proposal for the proper systematic way. At the same time, book and monograph, professional organization in association, and policy paper and report. So these are the places where, so this where the our thinking process stop or we are confused. AI will really aiding our thought process, and that's the importance of the artificial intelligence, because it give us the idea about how these things will be the really required, and the what the our expert in the internationally will give these details, and this why we really require artificial intelligence. Now, second question for next 20 seconds. What are the different type of the academic writings that is available, or that what we really require to do during this type of the writing? So this 20 seconds start now. What are the different types of the academic writings? One is the patient awareness, yes, academic poem, editorial, symposia, reports, teaching, case report, very good. Literature review and thesis, writing artificial article for the magazine, paper presentation, posters. So again, let's check the what the AI say. So AI say it's a research and paper, different literature review, thesis and dissertation, academic articles, book reviews, reports, case studies, annotated bibliographics, academic proposal. It's not ending here. The list is continuing. It is also including the research article or the original research article, review articles, meta-analysis and the systemic review articles, case study, commentaries and perspective, and short communication or the brief report and letter to editorial. It also includes, when we go in the more detail, book reviews, editorial, secretary desk, presidential address, guest speech, and book forwards. So these are the where we really require the our academic integration or the academic research or the our academic knowledge we want to share in the different heading, and that's why we really require how we utilize this our academic writing or research, because when we come with some research, it will just ending our thought process into the our research article only, but that will require a proper detailed data, and that what how we can interpret and that we can utilize. But dear friend, research is or the articles or the any article does not ending only with a research publication. It includes so many things, and you can utilize your skill, your expertise in a proper systematic way, where you can do this type of the systematic review or writing the use with the help of the AI. You can utilize your own structured thought process. Now, when we discussing the academic writing, there are the specific basic rules that what we have to follow, and that include it should be authentic, it should be original, it should be research based, it should really helpful for the either of the any professor or the community, and it should be having a systematic presentation required. When we really require the AI, artificial intelligence, in this basic rule, it improves the clarity of content, it coherence with the our own research or the our own article review, it adherence to the topic what we really do, and it give a good credibility research that will ultimately help us in the artificial intelligence aided things. So how it will be utilized? In the clarity and cognition of the language, it will really help us to communicate our ideas, avoiding the jargon and overly complex language that may obscure our message. So artificial intelligence will help in this way. It also formalize and maintain that formal tone in academic writing and avoid the improper slang language that will ideally be not utilized in our regular writing of our thesis. It also structure and organize our writing logically with a clear introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion. Help into the making the each paragraph on focus on a single idea and transition smoothly to the text. At the same time, we really require sometime the what type of this thesis statement would really do. At that time, it will really help us to make the proper thesis statement also, because many times, many thesis writing ideas are there, but we have really not get the understanding what statement should in our thesis writing. So this will be definitely when we ask to the artificial intelligence, it help us to make our statement more practical, more proper, and more clear related to our own research. It also give a good support argument that will give us to a proper evidence-based research and publication. It will really give a critical analysis of what we had written, whether it will be really effective or not, which will be the effect helpful or not. That such type of the insight we can get from the help of the AI tools. Academic integrity by the properly citing source on the avoiding the plagiarism is a main important part when we are writing any research originally. And that will be really now very easy with the use of a different AI tool. At the same time, many journals require a specific reference style, which will be very difficult when we have to do it manually. But when we use the artificial intelligence related applications, it will make us just half a minute or 1 minute to make this change into the reference style, what it really requires for such journal. That will be the specific requirement for them. For the clarity and cohesion, also specific word phrases that may not be the our own cup of tea when we are in the medical field, but it will give a good sentence structured paragraph that will give us a clear clarity and cohesion of research will be our important utilization of the artificial intelligence. Revision and proofreading, that is a most troublesome or the what tedious job, and because of that only many mistakes may not be override, and that may lead to the ultimately more review things coming when we are submitting our article. So at this time or place also artificial intelligence will help us to revision and proofreading. Again, what the audience awareness when we are doing the presentation, it will give such type of the ideas also. And last but not the least, objectivity in writing for the prescribing evidence-based argument and avoid the personal bias and opinion unless appropriate. So dear friends, now we understand that artificial intelligence can assist us in enhancing the creativity, efficiency, our productivity, and of course accuracy of our research. And that's why we really require to take the assistant. Here I just again emphasize it is the assistant. It is not AI based totally. It is the assistant of the AI that help us into the making of this type of the presentation in proper effective way. So now let's see how the different applications that is available in different part of our research that will be really helpful. And I am really say everything can be done with the ChatGPT or the large language model. They can having all the facilities available when we are discussing the different tool, but it has its own limitation because it is not learn the each and every aspect in detail. It gives us an overview. So there is a chances of definitely having one of the hallucination, what we can say that may be possible, that give a good interpretation. It will also give us a misinformation also because it may not lead to the real things what we really require in the research. At the same time, we really require it into the very precise manner that it should not be any copyright things. And that's why different artificial intelligence tools is available that will help us to give is a proper structured thing at the different part of our writing part or our research part. So let's start from the how the Grammarly and the power aiding will help us in our regular automatic detection of grammar and punctuation and style error. So you just keep this Grammarly and power writing aid. This is an application. We have to do nothing but proper utilization of them in a proper when we complete our writing. It will help us to give any automated detect and the correction of the grammar. It also help into the punctuation and style error if it will be there. This tool is really provide the suggestion from the improvise the clarity, consciousness, and coherence in academic writing. plagiarism is the most difficult part of the things to detect, because we have to copy paste many things at the time of the when we are writing a paper. But this plagiarism may be hampered us to write any paper, and that's why few softwares are available. And I recommended two, that is the Turnitin or the Copyscape, will be the free of cost available. I think if you do the short research or the small things, it will be really give us the proper clear cut plagiarism detection also, and that will be the remove the plagiarism with what the content should be written in a that way that will be not reduce our plagiarism in our content. Again, for the different translating language and enhancement, what I have just discussed in our starting of that thing, that including the different language translation is really required. And just now availability of the Google Translate and DeepL, we can able to utilize it, and we convert our English things into the other language, and that will also utilize our own research or our own publication in a different language speaking or the language understanding people, and that will increase our wide popularity. For the research and information retrieval, AI algorithm will be really analyze vast amount of the data literature to provide the researcher the relevant articles, studies, and resources. Google's like the Google Scholar, Scientific Scholar, and Microsoft Academics. These three are very, very important tools to assist our literature review and find a proper citation related to our research, our data. And it helps the comparison of our research along with the different what citations, what they make. Finally, when we want some abstract or preparation of the abstract from our research, it really requires automate summarization, and that will be the many various tools, and best is the definitely ChatGPT and Gemini, that will give a good auto summarization of our research, and that will we can submit as an abstract. Data analysis and visualization really require a proper machine learning algorithm and data analytic tool that can be analyzed by research data and generate visualization, different chart and graph that will really give us a good illustrative findings of our research, and that will aid in our presentation of data very effectively. Writing assistant and generation, this is a very important thing that we really require, because most of the time we are stuck up with the data generation, interpretation, conclusion. But how we can write this in a proper systematic way for a proper any article written, it will be really helped by our open GPT based model, or many specific writing tools are available, but it will be for our routine research, open AI based GPT are the more than enough. Now important is the reference management. Most of the journals, if you just check it out, they are asking in a specific formatted reference. Because of that thing, we really require a proper specific place where we can put all our references at one place, and that can be translated or transformed into the recommended style of reference what will be asked by any journal or any booklets. And for that, the two important reference management part is Zotero and Mendeley. So these are the different tools that will really either offer in the valuable support in the automation, or it can improvise our writing quality, it streamline the research process and enhance the productivity. So this is the very important where artificial intelligence help. Either it offer into the proper grammar taking, plagiarism detection, research assistant, and content generation, or it improvise our structure of our presentation. And these are the different tools that is available. If we check into the net, these are the tools that help us to use in our artificial intelligence academic writings. But dear friends, it's very difficult to utilize each and every tool in proper way. You have to master either of one thing. If possible, and you are the regular writer of the things, you have to purchase some in a proper systematic way. So so that you can get maximum utilization of the different tools that will be available online. So I now give some details about the different tools till now what we discussed and what is their utilization in our research. So Grammarly is a writing assistant that check the grammar, punctuation style and clarity, and it also gives suggestions also what will improve our quality of writing. Pro Writing Aid is the same type of the Grammarly and also having a good structured sentence making system also available. Turnitin is a plagiarism tool, same as the Copyscape also, widely used in the academia, and it compares the submitted document against the vast database of academics online content and identify the similarity. So it will give us the what are the plagiarism part and how much plagiarism is there in our own paper writing. Google Scholar will be really a friendly, accessible search engine. Other than the Google, I will strongly recommend it if you are want to do some research or research writing or publication of the paper. Search in the Google Scholar is more better than the searching into the Google engine or a chat GPT. Semantic Scholar again having a good search engine, having a neutral language processing and providing relevant search paper and article what we really want for our research. Microsoft Academic is a free academic search engine having an indexes scholarly literature across the various disciplines and offers the advanced features and citation of the analysis tool also. DeepL is again the AI-based language translation tool that provide high quality translation between the multiple language and that helps the non-native English speaker to utilize and translate the academic work as per their own requirement. Zotero is again a reference management tool, and Mendeley also is the another reference management tool that offers the organizing the research paper, generate citation, and collaboration with the other researchers is also possible. OpenAI GPT is really helpful tool for the all type of the generating text, providing the writing prompts, and even suggesting the academic writing also. Tableau is a data visualization tool that helps the researcher to create interactive and informative visualizations of research data in offers the various chart type and customize the option. IBM Watson also having the same analysis in the data analysis and visualization tool, help in the research analysis data, uncover insight and create compelling visualization. So dear friends, till now I just give an overview of the different tools that is available that you can utilize for your research work, your publication, your thesis writing, or whatever the things you want to write in medical field with a proper effective way with your thought process that will be integrated with the artificial intelligence. But at the same time, when we really writing any medical research, it is not like writing a simple book writing. It really requires a proper authentication and proper precautions have to maintain so that it should not be give us any legal liability or a plagiarism that may ultimately lead to the more damage our own image. So that's why we really require a few precautionary measures while we are utilizing the artificial intelligence. Here I will try to give a few examples also when I am discussing these precautions. So at least you can understand how we really require this precaution in our research. Main important thing of the any research, it should be having a good integrity, it should having a good accuracy of the data and some proper ethical utilization that avoid any misuse or misinterpretation by the general public or the data that is available on net. So if we utilize the artificial intelligence, we have to verify the result what will be given by artificial intelligence tool. Mainly when it will comes for the critical tasks such as the grammar checking, plagiarism detection or data analysis. At the same time, AI algorithm may occasionally produce error or misinterpretation, so it is crucial to double check the outputs. We have to understand the limitation of the artificial intelligence application or tool, what we are utilizing in our day-to-day practice. We have to understand its capability because that may have some limitation and that may lead to the more problematic data produced. just we had discussed in our WhatsApp group about the how the ChatGPT or anything will be giving a misinterpretation and we are utilizing. We are usually thinking that okay, artificial intelligence do everything and we have to challenge it. But dear friends, its challenge is not the way. Artificial intelligence is coming for us for the our own utilization, our own help, and not for the challenge. So it also having a many errors are there, and we have to accept that thing. So let's take one example how this Grammarly may mislead our presentation when we not utilize in a proper way. So one of the person, Prem, wrote a research paper on the climate change mitigation strategies and decided to use Grammarly to review the improve the writing. After the Grammarly check in properly, it suggests something it should be change the phrase of the implementing renewable energy initiative to deploying green energy product. So Grammarly suggests that please change everywhere this thing. And because of that, again, Prem thinks that whether I should utilize this implementing renewable energy or you change as per the suggested by the Grammarly. So Prem reviewed that thing. He thoroughly thought that this thing will be the what Grammarly suggests. Should I utilize? And ultimately, he thinks that my phrase that implementing renewable energy initiative is much better than what Grammarly is saying. And he kept this thing in as such in his research paper, and he succeeded to submit it in a proper systemic good journal. So this is one of the example where the Grammarly misleading us, and we may sometimes blindly utilize let's do all correction. It should not write like that thing. Same thing, a second example about the Sarah, a graduate student conducting the research on the impact of the social media on mental health. To assist the data analysis, she decided to use a sentiment analysis software which employ the artificial algorithm to analyze the text and determine the sentiment expressed in this social media post. The AI tool give a good analysis and give all the post as a positive rather than the positive or negative, more of the positive. And what the Sarah says that when she do the proper systematic review of all the things, what the label by the AI tool is the positive, it is actually having a very negative phrases and negative complex language that ultimately confuse the AI, and AI will not get that thing, what are the negative thought process in this algorithm. And that's why Sarah continued the presentation with a proper systemic review herself in detail about each and everything, and ultimately succeeded to give a proper data that will be to give a what are the positive impact and what are the negative impact. Now, different other precautions that we have to keep, that is the ensure the data privacy. This is a very, very important thing when we are dealing with the medical data, because ultimately our data is not ours, it is the patient's data. And if it will be directly go into the public, there may be a chances of the legal litigation on us about the breaching the confidentiality. And for that time, we have to ensure that AI tool really get this such a sensitive data in such a way that it will not breach any privacy, and we have to give our data in proper synchronized way that will be the properly block the confidential information of our patient. Same time, we have to maintain the academic integrity while writing our research process. When we are thinking, we have to critically evaluate and suggestions that is provided by the artificial intelligence. Let's see example how practically we can get the problem. So Dravya research working in healthcare institutions want to study on the patient's outcome using the AI powered predictive analytics. To train the predictive model, Dravya really need to give the patient's health record into the artificial intelligence tool. Artificial intelligence tool is really clearly giving the detail that if you give the data, it will not remain as a secure data, or it may be go to the general public, or it may be utilized by the other people also. And that's why he collaborated with his own personal assistant in their college or his institute, and give a proper analysis that will give us encrypted version of that data, what Dravya want to give to the artificial intelligence tool, and with this encryption, all the data that is very sensitive and that will be the opening the identity of the patient, that will be totally encrypted, and that's way ultimately give a good interpretation of the data done by the artificial intelligence without the clear opening of the details of the of our patient. Now, regarding the critical understanding of the how this artificial intelligence will be utilized in a proper brainstorming based idea, because many times when we want to do research, and being a private practitioner, we really thought to think we have to do some research, but we have not the idea what are the things, aim and objective I can use, what are the thought process that I can do from the our mind own study, and that will be ultimately give us the proper tools that the artificial intelligence help us. So let's take a one case scenario. If you want to write a research paper of the environmental impact on a fashion industry, and you are really struggling to finding a strong thesis statement, so what you do, you do this put into chat GPT, I want to do this research and please give me some brainstorming idea. And what the artificial intelligence give, it give a three aim and objectives options that will we have to integrate it into the our own data aiming in a proper systematic review of our own thought process. So what it gives, the fashion industry is the second largest polluter globally. Fast fashion contributes significantly to the environmental degradation due to its reliance on cheap synthetic material, and consumers are increasingly demanding the sustainable practice from the clothing. So AI gives these three ideas that should give ultimately to us to give a what the our aim and objective, or what should be the our thesis statement. But here we have to really do the critical evaluation whether the AI give us the accurate information that fashion industry is really a second largest polluter globally. Really, we find that the fast fashion contribution significant to the environmental degradation, or consumable are really encouraging demanding the sustainable practice. So after critical evaluation with the incorporation of the AI, what will be the our statement of the our research? So that will be ultimately, while the fashion industry is a major contributor of the our contributor to environmental pollution, particularly through the fast fashion practice, growing consumer awareness of sustainability in pushing the brand towards the adopting more eco-friendly practice, offering a potential part of the positive change. So this is our thesis statement. So how we can really integrate the ideas of the artificial intelligence, we can give a critical review of that thing, we include our thought process also, and ultimately giving this type of the statement for our research. So thoughtful process is very, very important. Next ethical issue is the question is definitely come, is the ethical to use the artificial intelligence for the thesis writing? So dear friend, we have to understand that artificial intelligence for writing a thesis is ignited discussion of the authenticity, but at the same time, AI tool offers unparalleled assistance, and it is vital to maintain originality and not become overly reliant on only and only artificial intelligence. So research thrives on unique contribution of the artificial intelligence and should be supportive role, not at all the replacement. So how we can utilize the artificial intelligence in the ethical way, that we have to cite the source. If we utilize the AI to generate text, code, or data, you should always cite that AI tool as a source, and this is just like a citing any other sources. At the same time, you have to remain transparent about how you use AI in your thesis writing or any article writing in a proper non-judgmental way, and we have to write in a proper that it will be assisted by AI. Not using AI to avoid own work. This is a very important thing. Means if we want to do our own research or our thing, we have to complete something basic structured way by us, and then we can add it to as a prompt into the artificial intelligence tool, and that will give you ultimately a proper structured outcome from the artificial intelligence, not just putting inside the artificial intelligence, I want to do this research, or I want to write such article, or I want to do some study on this, and just give the all the data that is available and copy paste in some word format and submit it. It's not ideal way. You have to familiar with the instructor's policy in the artificial intelligence is very important. At the same time, AI is a really a powerful but it's important to use responsibility. Don't use AI to cheat or the plagiarize. And it is you are unsure about how the use of AI in academic content. Ask the instructor or guidance us will be required from the own the research publication party. Any thing having a real clear-cut idea that is available on their website or their content creative pages. So you have to take the assistance of that, and then you can utilize artificial intelligence in your research work. At the same time, we have to understand that we have to really stay tuned with the latest updation of the tools and AI app available, and we have to integrate it in a proper systematic way. We have to use and choose the reputable tools only, because now market is totally flooded with the beta version of the many artificial intelligence tool that may not give you a correct data what we really want for the research. It may take a data wrongly from the us, and it may lead to the more future problematic version to us. It will really not give good idea about these things. At the same time, we have to keep in mind, we have to require to keep a backup of the copies of our each and every stage of our research, because if we think, okay, once this previous version is not utilizable, let's remove it, and if something goes wrong with the artificial intelligence tool, we have to start from beginning. So we have to keep a proper backup of our copy in our own software, our own computer. We have to review the terms and services about the agreement of the AI tool. At the same time, where you want to publish the research, both place the terms and conditions. If matching, then and then you can utilize the artificial intelligence in effective way. Otherwise, it become improper writing. So review the term and condition of the AI writing by assistant, considering the popular AI writing assistant called the Bard assistant, and reviewing that term service as a to understand it should be used the data usage, intellectual property rights, and liability. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind when utilizing these things as an artificial intelligence tool. Data usage, intellectual property, and liability. This is a very important 3 steps that we really require to understand how this will artificial intelligence will cost us, and are the what we are want to utilize it for the our research, how it become utilized. Seeking expert advice and report issue is also one of the important things when we are discussing the artificial intelligence thing, because reporting the issue will help the artificial intelligence tool to help the other person who is utilizing this in a proper research, will help them to overcome the issue what we are getting during the utilization of the things. So while utilizing the artificial intelligence, we have to verify the result, we have to understand the limitation, we have to ensure the data privacy, maintain academic integrity, stay informed, choose reputable tool, keep backup copy, and review terms of services, and seek expert advice, and report the issue. These are the few precautions that what you have to keep in mind while writing any research with the use of the artificial intelligence. By this precautionary measure, you can effectively leverage the artificial intelligence tool in academic writing while mitigating risk and ensuring the responsible use. Now, few slides about the best presentation, how we can do when we can utilize the artificial tools or the software that is available. And these are the few softwares or the tools that are available online or the offline that will help us to make our artificial presentation proper, kinetic, or we can say very visual and effective way. And these are into the simplified Canva, Slide AI, Scribe AI, PowerPoint now added with Microsoft Copilot and Beautiful AI. And I will strongly recommend it to one is the PowerPoint presentation with Copilot and Canva. They are the very easily utilizable tool. We will definitely learn in our next few days in WhatsApp discussion about how we can utilize more effective way them. So this is the presentation will be done and created by the artificial intelligence tool to give you some demo about how you can utilize it. So artificial AI improve the presentation. This is my presentation that will help and give you the idea about how effectively artificial intelligence help us to create the presentation in effective way. So academic presentation, it help us into the preparing the proper design, designing an outlet, what you see in background with. It also help us to create a content generation, depends on the what are the point of the presentation, what we give to them. At the same time, if we want to do some translation in the language, it is also possible with the use of the AI powered application. Delivering an engagement after the discussion, what we want to analyze, how I can present in effective way or not. That is the tool also available in the artificial intelligence. At the same time, AI give a proper review of the analysis in a proper systematic way that it will give a good presentation about the analysis of the large stage data. It also identify the key finding and give a presentation at the end, and it also generate the summary very effectively. And that is a very important utilization of the artificial intelligence when we are doing the any research or the any presentation. So dear friends, in summary, integration of the AI into the research thesis writing can enhance the quality and efficiency of the work by overcoming the various challenges, generating well-structured draft and providing instant feedback. Furthermore, AI can assist in analyzing and organizing the large volume of the research data, enabling the researcher to identify the pattern and the insight for effectively. AI can assist in academic presentation and improving the delivery skill by creating the visually appealing and engaging presentation, by suggesting the templates and designs, generating the customized content, providing the language translation services, and analyzing the speech pattern for improved delivery. So overall utilization of AI in research thesis writing and academic presentation is really a good revolution for the to way the scholar approach this task in a proper effective way. But always there is a fine line between the using of the AI as a helpful tool and becoming a totally overly dependent on it. So AI should complement to human effort, not replacing it. Then challenge is to strike the right balance, ensuring the genuine research contribution while leveraging the AI applications that what we discussed till now. So in last, I just saying that artificial intelligence is definitely a game changer for the academic researcher, but human intelligence is ultimately the superpower. And with this, I am just ending my presentation. Thank you for the hearing patiently, and we will definitely take the questions and things after the completion by the presentation by Dr. Siva. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sir Dr. Samir, for that presentation. We will have discussion and questions on that. A lot of demand from the participants about the examples, live examples. We will have that definitely in the coming sessions. Next, let's go to the scheduled program of Dr. Siva Kakkargar ji and your attention to him.
Okay. Thank you so much for staying back. I don't have a presentation. So I believe, power corrupts, PowerPoint corrupts absolutely. So I'll just, I want to talk about a few things. the topic which was told, was given to me was social media. And I believe there are three major ways in which any professional today, especially doctors, use social media. One is when you use it personally, say you want to build a personal reputation profile on LinkedIn or Instagram or any media that you want. So that is one. Uh, the second is when you want to bring awareness in your patients, which is outreach that you do. Uh, so, some kind of social media content or content generation at bulk. And the third is where you would want to have some kind of media which gives you a lot of, say, advertising traffic. So if you have a hospital of yours and you want to gain an edge on the competitors, right? So you utilize digital branding and traffic. All these three can pretty much be done by AI, but might require different levels of complexity in the tools that you use, right? Let me just first start with something very, very simple that you can do, right? So I believe most of you are familiar with ChatGPT by now, and uh, you would have undergone some sort of prompt writing thing, practice, right? A very good way, when we write prompts, is to templatize prompts, right? For example, uh, if I write a prompt like this, that write LinkedIn, or say I can do, write a blog post on uh, the prevalence of, uh, you know, say dengue in kids. Okay. Say it write
Kids.
something like this. Uh,
Is it
I
like
hope my screen is visible,
ChatGPT?
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, this is something, right? Then what you do is you would go and say something like, make it more interesting. And that is what I have seen generally people do. So, right. I'll stop this and then it will go again and again, right? So it will again write it down, imagine, and now it's more flowery in nature, stuff like that. The bigger problem is all of you would have noticed that you have a particular style in which you would want to communicate your sentiment to your audience, right? Being on LinkedIn or any such place. However, we don't really know how to write in a particular style. Or there could be one doctor, we follow all these people from John Hopkins and Harvard Medical School, and the way they communicate is like a very lucid form of communication, right? What we do is if you do too much trial and error, so you can say, like convert this to a LinkedIn post, right? And it will do something which, again, because the sheer amount of trial and error is so high that you would actually give up on writing itself. So what do you do? How do you use it more intelligently? For example, how I use it is uh, in ChatGPT, there is this feature called as projects. And what you can basically do is in a particular project, you can create a particular prompt template that replicates your style and tone of speaking things, right? For example, a good and easy way is say I go to LinkedIn, right? Now, I'll just take myself as the case. Suppose, uh, I like, how this entire post is written. So I can just take this and in fact, I can go to ChatGPT and say that I am giving you a few LinkedIn posts. Read them carefully. And I give this, right? Then say I copy another post. Say I like uh, this post, right? And I copy this. and go to LinkedIn. Right. Now I have just asked it to read it carefully, right? Right. It has automatically given me a tone, voice, strength, style, whatever it is, right? Now I can say, give me a, what do you call as a prompt template, right? So that if I give any content to you, you can write a post similar to the ones above in terms of tone, voice, style, and length, right? So it has given me the one particular thing that I really do is I ask it to follow persona-based prompting. So what happens is generally research shows that when you attribute some kind of personality to the large language model, you are a doctor, you are a mathematician, you are a social media strategist, they start performing better. Okay. So I can say now there are reasons for it, and I think because we are on, we have a paucity of time, we can take this up sometime else. But just let me clarify, what you need to do. So I can just say, that please use a persona-based prompt and revise this. Okay. Okay. Now it has given this. You are a seasoned visionary leading a blah 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 cutting lab, right? And it has given me the entire thing, right? Now, of course, you can do your manual editing, etc., etc. But what you can do is mostly say in ChatGPT, you have this feature called as custom GPTs, right? So you can just go and create a custom GPT, right? And maybe I can reduce a. So I can say LinkedIn post generator and make small changes which I think are required, right? So use the input content provided. It has already given all the instructions, right? Now let us test it out. Say I can just say recent pediatric okay. Nowadays they add so I just copied this part. Okay, and suppose I want to convert into a LinkedIn post. So let's say here is the content. Now, this has a typical style that I use, which something like, which is not really directly the name of the topic itself. So if you are writing on, if you don't want it to be, want people to perceive it like a news article, you actually want some emotion to be there. So it has a very sort of, output which is very emotional in nature. If you look at it, in just 1 week, the number of rape cases and blah, blah, blah increase this. This is a very emotional thing. Let us try it out if we just prompt like, convert this to a LinkedIn post. So I'll just say here, convert this to a LinkedIn post, right? And I've just pasted the same thing. Let's see what does it do. Now you look at it, you look at the tone and voice, right? It's very different to how the tone and voice are here. It knows how to bold. It's like factual in nature. This is something which I would sort of the same manner in which I would do LinkedIn posts, right? So when you are doing personal marketing, it is very important. Like prompt engineering is the most key facet of it. You need to have a good sort. So I think last time someone has covered zero shot, few shot prompting and stuff like that. This is essentially few shot prompting in action. So you take a lot of examples. Generally, when we say think about few shot, it's like prompt लिखेंगे उसके बाद में example देंगे. But एक दूसरा workflow भी है. First, you give a lot of examples, then ask it to derive a prompt from that example. And then you combine the prompt and example and give it to the LLM. So the kind of output that you require or you want to get is like extremely good in nature, right? Which you can directly go ahead and post wherever you want to, right? This is more towards the personal front. Now, what also happens is that at times you may feel the need that fine, I do this, but say you own a hospital and there are a lot of posts which go from the hospital itself, celebrating Children's Day, Women's Day, World XYZ Day, right? And not every company or has the budget to like make graphics and creatives for everything, right? That you want to make a creative and then a poster and everything, or you hire an agency for that. Thankfully, that really has gone away. So one of the tools which I highly recommend to anyone who is interested, who either gives a lot of presentations or is very engaged on social media, right? They can definitely use it. So I typically use Gamma for presentations as well as a lot of social media outreach. I'll just show it to you how you read. So this is the homepage of Gamma. The website is gamma.app. You can just go to create new and say, paste in text or say from a URL. So I can say import from URL and I'll again open the same thing. This UN news article. You can also paste your own news article. You can upload your PDF, whatever you want to do, right? So let me just go ahead and paste this URL here and let it import. Okay. Now it is asking me what to do. Do I need to make a presentation, a web page, a document? I suppose I go with social media, and I continue with that. And then it also gives me this entire thing that whether I want to keep all the content intact, which is preserve, should it condense the content, which is like slightly shorten the content, or should it like sort of generate newer content and like make it more interesting? Let's say we go with generate, or we can go with condense. And then how much content does each card need to have? So this has a system, something called as card, to make it more attractive. Those of you who use LinkedIn or any kind of social media nowadays would see there is this carousel thing. ऐसे side में swipe करके आप देख सकते हो. And they are very good looking, interesting posts, right? So it will create something like that. So here it says, that if you keep it medium, it would be something like this. If I keep it brief. So let's say I want to make it brief. Okay. And it is showing that, okay, in each of these, I would actually be putting this much content. Now, suppose I think in the first, say, I don't want this slide, like this has nothing important. I just delete this. Then it says, UNICEF has this. Suppose I feel, I don't want this kind of thing here, right? And I don't want this tweet, etc., stuff like this. Like I can delete, although I think it will delete it automatically. So I don't want it to be this long, right? And so there are these 12 cards. I go to the end, I feel, that this should not be there. This should not be there. This is not required. This is not required. Right. And I delete this. Right. So it says 8 cards in total. Now I just say continue. It will ask you that, what sort of color combination, etc., you would want. So say we want to go with a darker color combination and just say generate. So see, it has come with that carousel style vertical card format, right? And it is automatically generating the images and everything. So escalating violence against children, brutal attacks are spreading, all these things. And it has condensed the entire thing because I asked it to, right? Automatic images are there, right? And maternal health and all these things. It's a very pleasant and good to read, right? And then you can sort of, share it with other people, present it. You can, in fact, put it on a website. You can even post directly to LinkedIn. So if I hit LinkedIn, it will directly go to my LinkedIn and start posting it. So this carousel will come just like that, right? So previously, we used to have like graphic artists and, spending like 2-3 days to make this. Even if you present it, it would look something like this. So it's a very good, an easy read for people, right? So Gamma is my sort of go-to thing. You can also use it to create presentations. It can create web pages. You can pretty much do a lot of different things. And plus, Gamma is generally cheaper than ChatGPT. So the subscription costs around like 400-450 rupees a month. For that, I feel it's a really, really good product. Like one of the few products that are worth subscribing to. So you can pretty much do anything like upload your, say if you own a hospital or something like that, upload your material and it will create these posts or presentations for you and ton of different stuff. You see, all of these presentations are something which I use, and like I've like mostly stopped using, PowerPoint and other such stuff. One thing that you would notice is Gamma doesn't really, so in PowerPoint you need to do your animations manually. Gamma doesn't have that concept. It does animations automatically. So there is no way like to do it. But if you want, say, you think that, okay, between these two, I want something else, you can actually go ahead and add a card, make it yourself, or you can even generate with AI. So like, just paste additional text and it will do the generation for you and fit the entire thing into the same theme, etc., etc. Right. So I would highly recommend that, as someone who has deeply involved in uh, doing presentations and, social media related stuff, this is a really, really important thing, right? Then there are certain things for which ChatGPT or Gamma may not suffice you, right? For example, when we talk about uh, enterprise stuff, like, for example, I need to do advertising, which is like meant to drive traffic towards me or do something like that. मेरे को अपने competitor से better internet पे visibility चाहिए, right? How do you do that? Fortunately or unfortunately, then ChatGPT is not the solution, right? ChatGPT can go to a limit. Uh, you would require some kind of a custom solution. So I really don't have a healthcare example, but I can still explain to you what exactly we are doing. So those of you who are not aware, I work for a company called as Jaipuria Group. We own a lot of business schools and schools, etc. A big spend for us is advertising, right? Because you might be competing with another hospital. I'm competing with DPS and GD Goenka and other of these schools and various business schools around the world, right? So now typically what happens during admissions time is we also want more ads, more people to see our ads. How this works is uh, ideally there is something called a search engine optimization, which is Google पे आपका rank कैसा आएगा. And you would want to use certain keywords which make you rank better on Google than others, right? But time किसके पास पड़ा है कि you go and like look at the competitor and what they are speaking in their ads, what is the keyword that they are using, etc., 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 right? Nobody has the time. So what we did is we created an automation for us where you give it the name of any URL or any sort of competitor, and it will automatically create ads for you, right? So for example, here, say, IIM Kozhikode has this program by Emeritus. So let me just copy. So there's a healthcare management program, right? So something that you can possibly relate to. So just take this and go here. Right. So we are not interested in this part because we want all the ads to be scraped from that page. So see, healthcare management and analytics, right? So it's I am Kozhikode Emeritus IMK Healthcare Management Analytics. So let's just try to do it. Right? Now what it is doing is it is trying to fetch the ad copies of my competitors. So all these are my competitors. You see that it will show which is the keyword which is being used, which is what kind of search volume it has. Now, not all keywords would be sort of relevant to you. For example, this is not relevant, but say this online course from this is a relevant keyword, right? So this is a relevant keyword if I decide that, right? So it gives you every possible competitor that you have, right? And say I take this one. And you can also suggest, that new program in healthcare management, healthcare uh, for doctors, right? I can say, MBA for doctors. Right? And basically what it does is it can help us create our own ads for our courses. In your case, it could be you fetch the competitor ad, say of Max Hospital, and you look at what exact words do they use, and then it will use those words to create ads for, say, your hospital, and then you can post those ads. So that way you have a much more scientific method of targeting your audience, right? So this takes some time because it's a very complex operation. It's not like all of it is like given to ChatGPT. So one LLM actually analyzes, ChatGPT analyzes it, Claude then starts creating the ads. Then some third LLM would sort of review the entire thing, and so on and so forth. And then you get your
Shiva, someone
Yeah.
has asked to explain this. What is this SEO, the challenges, and what problems we are
Okay.
solving? Just
So
two lines.
SEO is basically, why does Max Hospital rank so high on the search result? Whereas if I search for, say, Kalra Hospital near me, it will not be there. Although Kalra also puts ads on Google. Because Max would have a marketing team which really looks at कि Max का जो customer है, वो क्या search करता है. And then they create ads using those words which people are searching for, right? For example, generally what people will search, they'll search for best pediatric hospital, right? Best hospital for XYZ disease, something like this. So वो choose कर लेते हैं, and then they create their ads. Now what we do is instead of, because हमारे पास बजट नहीं है, आपके पास बजट नहीं है चूज करने का, तो आप क्या कर सकते हो, उनकी जो बनी हुई एड है उसी से कीवर्ड निकाल लो. But these keywords are not just words which you see on Google. There is a hidden sort of keyword behind it, right? LLMs are good at guesswork कि इसमें क्या keyword use किया होगा most likely, right? So if you want to say even go behind and do an analysis of this, there are solutions which cost you something like $500 a month, right? Google का पूरा business ही उसी पे चलता है. So now what we are doing is, instead of us going and like talking to people and getting the keywords, we indirectly are using the competitors ads to create our ads. So because उसको पता है कि कीवर्ड क्या है, बड़े हॉस्पिटल को पता है what are the keywords, आप उसकी एक्सपर्टीज को यूज कर रहे हो अपने लिए. So what happens is eventually, one, your ranking would improve. Second, ये सब जो SEO marketing है, all of this is like has traditionally been limited only to larger organizations. Smaller organizations never did it because that requires an entire team of people to be there. You require a lot of time to create the ads and blogs and everything. So LLMs really help you cut down with all these things, right? So is there still a question? Because I can't really see the chat. Small
Yeah, no, Shiva, it's okay.
Right. Okay.
Rest I will.
Okay. So for the benefit of time, I'll just show you some of the pre-generated ones, right? So for example, once it runs, it will generate something like this. So, say these are all the ads that were there. Sorry, just let me another one. So say these were all the ads. It does an analysis of all the ads, that what are the things which are coming predominantly in your competitors' ads. And based on that, it creates ads. So in Google, you have to post like this. This is a headline, this is a description, and these are the keywords. So you see, this is the entire thing, but the keywords are these, right? This is the headline, but the keywords are this, right? So it gives you the exact configuration which you can copy and post. And then using the same things, it also gives you like blog outlines. कि ये blogs हैं, अगर आप लिखोगे तो आपको ज़्यादा traffic आएगा. You can just go ahead and take any blog, and even you can generate the blogs. So it does everything for you. So ideally, this would take something like 1 day for a team. Like just doing the ads would take 1 day. Blog लिखने में और आधा दिन जाएगा. What is typically a 1.5 day thing has been like reduced to 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Right. So that is the real impact. So this is like an enterprise level use case where you can do bulk creation of advertisements, bulk creation of blogs. If you own a website for your hospital, so everything is in like bulk. No one has to sit on ChatGPT and do it. It will generate it like 10, 15 in one go. You can even make it something like generate a new ad every day, or generate a blog outline every day, or a blog every day, and like post it, and it will do that. Right. So we have not automated the posting part because all of this goes through a human reviewer, so that to ensure that everything is accurate and so on and so forth. But that's an enterprise use case of it. And then there are a couple of different things that you can do today. For example, one of the ways is to transcribe what has happened, right? Easily. I think that would be covered in the future session. So this is what I wanted to do. I believe it's quite late. So any questions?
Shiva, there were some questions how where to put data and
So where to post? Yeah. So
data,
if you
how
run
you
a
have to
Google Ads campaign, I think it's a bit too short for a time, but generally, let me just show, say, best hospital in India. Okay. तो ये आप देख रहे हो ऊपर जो आ रहे हैं ये सारे, राइट? ये कहाँ से आते हैं? ये बिकॉज बेसिकली मैक्स हेल्थ केयर इज पेइंग गूगल, and this is done via Google AdWords. So sorry, I think I'm not sharing my screen. Just need to give up. Okay. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So suppose we go to Google and we search for best hospital in India. So आप बोलोगे best hospital in India, but you see Max Healthcare. Now these are all because Google Max is like basically doing a lot of ads and paying Google. This is non-organic in nature. अब ये कहाँ पे डलता है? So Google Ads का एक platform होता है where you can go and like this is the primary business of Google, right? So you create your own account and you can sort of post these ads. Now how ads should be posted? तो आप कुछ भी नहीं post कर सकते, उसके लिए आपको पूरा research करना पड़ता है अपने competitor का, etc etc. You can probably just go to this, just search for Google Ads and look at how it works section. You will understand how an ad campaign is created and what do you need to do. But basically the content which goes inside is based on competitor AdWords and a lot of different research, which now LLMs can do at a fraction of the cost without hiring like 2-3 people or doing any such thing, which is exactly what we are doing. Right. So I hope I'm a bit more clear.
Quickly, since you are talking about this one, Shiva, Google Ads, I just want to quickly bring one attentions all of about this. So current what is happening in industry, this Google SEO is direct Google SEO is not working. Reason is most of the users, most of the people and researcher are using LLM now. They are not using Google for search. Okay, so the way search were used earlier is no more the way it is getting used now. So we all have challenges, and this is one of the things which we all are working on, how to optimize our leads, how to get leads. So there's different problems we are going to have. So this is a real industrial challenge, and Google is already going to solve. Google is solving this problem, but so far it's not solved. It's a traditional marketing style. So one has to do. There are some questions: which website or AI tool you used? Yeah, Google Ads already being talked, and Dr. Vijay has asked Shiva to brief you the LinkedIn uses quickly
Uh,
2 times.
Pardon me?
Dr. Vijay
Hmm.
has asked in chat to brief the LinkedIn use case quickly.
Okay, brief the LinkedIn use case. So basically, what I'm saying is that on LinkedIn, if you want to, how do you get attention on LinkedIn? So 2 years ago, I had 2,500 followers. Now I have 7,500. And one of the reasons has been these ChatGPT and LLMs. If you teach the LLM to write like you or write like the popular people on LinkedIn, your following increases a lot. Okay. And to do that, it's nothing. I mean, for that, you don't really need any custom tools. Actually, you should understand good writing. I mean, that is absolutely, uncompromisable. You can say take posts of people that you really like or who have a lot of followers on LinkedIn, put it to ChatGPT and ask it to analyze what sort of post, how do I write such a post? It will give you the guidelines. Then you say that, okay, I'm going to give you some content, write a post like this. Okay. So it's by analogy that you are trying to teach the machine. The entire thing depends upon how do you, sort of prompt the system. So prompt engineering is the key. I hope I am clear. Right. Adcraft, yes, it's right now, it's a proprietary tool that we have internally. At some point, we are definitely looking at, sort of productizing it. But as of now, because it's a very complex, it's not something that ChatGPT can do.
But LinkedIn has its own inbuilt AI integration, no?
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. But what it will do is it is more like grammar check. Like वो थोड़ा spruce up करेगा. But there is a difference between say grammar correction, sprucing up, and really copying the tone and voice and style.
Do you use Canva for marketing and advertisement? It's a very good tool.
Yeah, I mean we do use Canva for some banner and poster creation, but typically for social media we have found Gamma to be the best. Like it really simplifies and gets most of the digital marketing stuff done for us.
More like a comprehensive. Gamma is a comprehensive, even for PPTs.
It's easy and it's fast. So, social media, the entire game is that you need to be very frequent and very fast. Right. You have to make it a point to update your LinkedIn twice a day, every day. Now that is not something where you have the time you go into Canva, make that post and stuff like that. So it's time consuming. Gamma is like that way it enables you to do that. Create a schedule and roster for posting.
It's totally depends on the how and which type of the post you want to do. If you want to do some illustrative post of the just the written content, Gamma is definitely having an excellent word. But at the same time, if you want something like a poster on the creation of the something which will be more informative, data is already available with you. You can having a good with the Canva. So that's the difference between the use of the Gamma app and the Canva, because in Gamma it will be data is you just feed and it create its own. Canva data is there and you can create a good quality of the matter that will be put in a proper systematic way. So Gamma and Canva these are two different things. Now the same thing is done with the Copilot utilization, the PowerPoint presentation. That's an excellent tool. What I can at presently seeing if you are utilizing the PowerPoint just give us some prompt and it is give a full presentation about the things what you want to do like that way. And that exercise what we are going to give in the next coming one whole week. This thing we are giving us some prompt to you, and you can utilize your own tool. And let's create and post into our WhatsApp group. So which tool give a much better thing that everybody can add some idea on that.
Pardon me? I was just looking at the questions. I'm so sorry.
Right. Now, what he is saying, we are just differentiate the things. What is the difference between the Canva and the Gamma? But now, what we are thinking, we are whole 1 week. We will give some prompting to them. They will utilize their own tool, what they like, and they will post the answer according to their liking, and we will see the which will be the more suitable for that question.
Okay, okay. Yeah, sure. So, today basically what we covered is like mostly text-based creation.
Yeah.
There is also multimodal, like, video creation and digital twins and stuff like that. Depends upon, what you would want to, what exactly is your use case. So maybe in some other session we can actually cover multimodal.
Like
Hmm.
in
And
last on the 30th May, what we are doing the mega code, that will be we are definitely utilizing the use case, how really practically we can utilize.
hmm,
Because in today's my presentation is more towards of the theoretical, because I want to cover the these are the things for which we really require the artificial intelligence.
yeah.
Now next coming week I am giving the prompting of that thing. If we do this reference alignment with a such type, which tool you can utilize, let utilize and give the answer of that thing. So that way we can
Yeah.
utilize this whole
So
week
what I'll
accordingly.
recommend to all of you is just think about your work day, the day that you see, and look at which activities are those which you perform most repetitively, right? And like list like the top 10 activities that you do or top 5 activities that you do which are repetitive in nature, जो आप सबसे ज़्यादा करते हो. For example, those of you who are professors would be making a lot of presentations. Those of you who are actually doing listening to a lot of patients, means there's like huge part of this patient consultation that you're doing, right? So list like the top 5 things. Once we have that, then there is a lot of clarity on which tool can be used for what purposes, right? See, for many problems, there might not be an existing off-the-shelf solution, right? You would require something, but understand that, see, developing something like this, say this advertising thing, would have costed like lakhs of rupees 2 years ago, right? At least like a 15-20 lakh kind of a thing. Now the costs have come substantially down, like it's like a 50-60% sort of drop in terms of the development cost is like very low, right? Uh, what happens is like, there are also recurring costs of, how usage and maintenance and all this stuff. But when we created this, we were like essentially 3 people. And that too, like I am generally not the one who codes a lot. It's like my developers who code a lot. So definitely the costing and everything is down. But I feel the most important part is because you are the domain experts. You have to be clear with where exactly does the use case lie for me? What are those activities which I want to get automated or augmented by generative AI? Yes, project option is in the paid version of ChatGPT. It is not there in the free version of it, right? So I generally recommend one thing: have a GS formula. GS is one general solution, one specialized solution. So if you are a doctor, and you should definitely keep like one thing like ChatGPT or Gemini, whichever you choose, a paid one, and one specialized. So if you are someone who does a lot of presentation, you can keep Gamma. If you are into medical transcriptions and something, then you might want to keep tools like Otter or Plod or something like that, right? So one general, one specialized. That $30-40 is like a good spend because it takes away a lot of headache from your life.
Only thing you have to spend something.
See, I mean, that is a thing. I mean, it's more like, this is a typical problem that we also face in India, that people here spend a lot on pleasure, but they don't spend on productivity. Unlike US, so meditation का capital हम है, but सबसे ज़्यादा meditation का app बिकता है US में. All the revenue comes from there, right? It is high time that we develop the willingness to spend on productivity, right? Because that in a way reduces your stress a lot. And when small things get taken care of, and you will realize that your efficiency increase. So now my marketing team doesn't have to fret यार कि ad campaign बनाना. They are actually going and busy selling things rather than taking too much time with the digital marketing kind of thing. So even traffic पे तो जो effect आता है, traffic effects take a lot of time. कि आपने आज ad बनाया 1 साल लग जाता है आपको रैंक करते करते, बट आपको जो टाइम सेव होता है ना, इट इज लाइक इमेजरेबल. आपके 5 लोग अगर खाली हो जाते हैं वहीं पे, सो दैट द प्रोडक्टिविटी बेनिफिट इज रियली हाई. Okay, so in case you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can write to Prakash ji, you can write to me. I'll also share my email ID for those of you who
Siva,
are.
we already having that WhatsApp group. So we can activate them in the WhatsApp group
Yeah,
also.
definitely you are there. So I mean, I'm there. But in that case, Prakash has all the details, and Dr. Samir also has
Yeah.
all the details. Okay, so that is it from my side. Thank you.
Sure. So today we are just understanding the two things. One is the how we improvise our presentation and the some research work through the help of the different tools that is available on this artificial intelligence application. At the same time, how we can improvise our social media presence and the social media post that will be enriched with the help of the specific keywords that we can get from the highly paid versions of the highly hospitalized big hospital advertisement, and we can improvise our keywords and presentation also. So that's the two things what we have to learn. Tomorrow we having a one more session. Now we having a almost every weekend, Friday and Saturday, we having a session of the different thing. So tomorrow, Dr. Satish Raj will be give the his presentation. That is will be the mainly related with the just. I'm sharing this screen. Tomorrow, our main is the how they explore the AI application in different field, but the general AI in the clinical practice and the patient care, AI assisted medical documentation and EHR documentation, how we can make a clinical notes. At the same time, how we can utilize AI in the medical imaging and radiology. So these two sections we are going to cover tomorrow on 17th May, sharp at the 9 p.m. So all are requested to join. I requesting to each and everyone to remain active into our WhatsApp group chat continuously for the different quizzes and the questions and the polls what posted by our own faculty that will improvise your utilization of the artificial intelligence tool. Thanks a lot, and hand over the mic to the Dr. Rasmin Cecil and Ajay Kumar sir.
Yeah. Wonderful session we had today.
If I can have
Dr.
a single
Rashmin,
moment,
please
sir.
conclude.
Just a minute.
Dr.
Dr.
Ajay,
Satish.
I just needed 1 minute.
Yes,
This
sir.
is Dr. Satish here for tomorrow's session.
Sure,
So
Dr.
all the
Satish.
participants are requested to have, laptop tomorrow. And, tomorrow's session is not going to be possible with recording session. So I think all are requested to join in person with a laptop. Thank you, sir.
Great. Dr. Cecil.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Dr. Samir Shah and Sir Shiva, for nice, informative, and useful topic covered in a very short time. Many things went above head because it is new and unexplored field for us pediatricians, medicos. But we are trying, and to the participants, I would request, please post your queries so that it can be answered and can be of use for all others. I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Prakash Tiwari for excellently moderating the session. That's all. Thank you and good night.
Yeah. I really thank our faculty and our chief faculty, Dr. Sri Prakash Tiwari ji, and today's speakers, Dr. Samir Shah and Sri Shiva Kakkarji, for excellent topic discussion. As our secretary has said already, that it's a new topic, new subject, and I can see there are a lot of advanced knowledge doctors also present in the group who are definitely ahead of the current topics which is being discussed. But please bear with us. There are 90% of the doctors participants. This is absolutely a new topic and the first time exposure to them. And it's a learning which is happening slowly. And we will definitely come to hand-holding sessions, practical sessions are there. And it's not going to happen in 10 sessions, everything of AI we will learn. It will happen slowly. It is only an awareness and opening up our minds and the opportunities which are available. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow again at 9 o'clock. We will have another productive and excellent session by Dr. Rath, who's a pediatrician by profession and also an AI specialist. Thank you very much. Good night.
Right.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.